Hello everyone, it is RosinQuartz here and welcome to another speed build. So today we are building a two-door home. I don't know why I put a little question marks around that, but I felt like there's like very medieval vibes to this, and I feel like there's very like two-door vibes to this as well. I feel like it's a very like in-between time kind of build, if you want to describe it like that. You know, you've got the left side of the house is very two-door, and then you've got like the right side of the house is very kind of medieval and stuff like that, and it's got this, I don't know, it's just got that kind of like old sort of tavern kind of aesthetic. Originally when I did this house, or even like actually now that I think about it, like sort of like even a factory kind of like aesthetic, but it's more of like supposed to be like a fairy tale kind of cottage, and that's kind of why I wanted to go with the yellow at first, but then it just kind of clashed horribly with the red, like that, which kind of surprised me. I don't know, I thought it would look good together, but then it didn't. But yeah, so right now I'm just shaping up the house. It's going pretty quick. I think the thing that took me the longest was trying to just pick windows. I don't know, the house was kind of like awkwardly shaped, and I just couldn't get like windows that I liked or how I kind of wanted it to go, so it just kind of, you know, it just took shape with whatever worked and whatever sort of fit and what didn't, and you know, yeah. Oh, I'm the worst at like narrating my own builds, just because sometimes like I don't really think about it as I, you know, like as I do my builds. Sometimes I'm just like, oh, I want to use this particular kind of wallpaper, and then I'm like, what kind of wallpaper matches? And then there's not much like deeper thought into it than that. Like I don't like do my builds and I'm like, how does this sort of fit with the, you know, the aesthetic of the Tudors, and you know, does this have this particular kind of vibe, and blah 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 blah. But yeah. I don't know how other builders build, but there's sometimes where like you watch other builders and you think that like maybe like they've already like pre-planned this because their builds are so nice, but then there's just me where I'm just like, here is the build that I didn't put like too much thought in. Like I put like a little bit of thought into this one, like I had sort of a general look that I wanted, but it didn't end up looking like it at all, such as wanting to have like that little bump out for like the fireplace and having the yellow like siding and stuff like that with the brick. I thought it would look all really nice in my head, but then I guess when I put it together it just looked really bad, so I was like, well, I gotta do a build somehow. So I am definitely going to I don't know what I was gonna say there. Oh, this is such a disaster. I can already feel it just like falling apart underneath my fingertips. Yeah. How are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are doing well today. I hope that you are having a nice, beautiful, and sunny day. And if you're a person who likes the rain or the cold more, then I hope that you are having that weather too. Whatever weather that you like, I hope it's that kind of weather for you today. Today was actually supposed to be a huge major thunderstorm, and I was like, oh man, I want to do my voiceovers today, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it with a thunderstorm. And then it's been like 30 above, the sun has been shining, and it's just been a really like fantastic day, and it makes me super nervous because I'm going away for a while, and I'm just like, maybe it's going to rain that day, but let's cross our fingers and, you know, knock on some wood. Like, let me knock on some wood right here. You guys hear that? Hopefully the luck gods are saying that there will be no rain the day that you leave town and do things with friends like an actual sociable adult person. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry, you guys. You guys are dealing with super awkward me today. I don't know, like I like doing voiceovers, but at the same time, it's like I don't really know what to talk about, and I feel like sometimes I just ramble on, and like there's nothing really interesting to talk about other than like, ooh, now I'm putting vines on the house. I chose these vines because I thought they fit with the aesthetic, and now watch as I put a fence on, and I felt like that would also fit with the aesthetic of this house. And now we're gonna throw in another window because I felt like that fit the aesthetic of the house, but I couldn't decide which window I wanted to fit that aesthetic. And that's kind of what I feel like I do when I do these videos. And like, I don't know how like other, like, the thing is also when I watch like other speed builds, like when they when other people talk, I don't particularly notice if they're rambling or talking about whatever, but I don't know, it just feels awkward for me. Like, I don't know, like I'm sitting alone in my room and just sort of rambling on for ages. But let's actually talk about the build for once. So right now the house is mostly taking shape. I am putting just sort of like trees and making it seem more like a faraway cottage. I really wanted to have this sort of like fanciful kind of vibe. When I did Sinclair Manor, this is kind of what I wanted with that build, you know, to have that sort of, it's creepy, but it's also could be really pretty at the same time. And I feel like that's kind of what I feel like with this build. I still don't know what to call this build. I will probably figure it out by the time I upload it, but I've been kind of like dancing around a few names. I'm like, should this be called like Witch's Cottage or something like that, because it's kind of got this witchy vibe. But then there's also like, I don't own this spooky stuff pack, so it's not like I can really put like a cauldron in or anything like that, although there's very like witchy like aesthetic with it. But I don't know, I think this is more of like a fanciful, like, I don't know, like far away cottage in like the middle of the woods, you know, like very like Hansel-y and Gretel-y, but you know, with less like candy cottages, but more like, here's a creepy cottage in the middle of the woods, or maybe more like a getaway cottage or something like that. I don't know, I've been kind of throwing around like a lot of these ideas of like what I want to build next, and I have like quite a bit of ideas. Like I did like a beach house, and I think I want to do even more like a bigger beach house, with all the like my dream house is actually like a beach house. My dream house is sort of this like blue paneling and like the white trim, and it's got this very beach house like on top of like a kind of like a cliff, like East Coast Canada, Newfoundland kind of vibe to it. And like this has always kind of been my dream since I was like a little girl, you know. I'd think about kind of like what my dream house would be. That was kind of me as a kid. I would always dream about like what kind of house I would have, or in like all that sort of stuff. And like I never thought about like a wedding or anything like that. Not to say that it's bad if other girls are into that thing, I'm just saying my particular experience. But you know, it's just like, I don't know, I love houses a lot. I don't think I could ever get into it as like an actual professional job. That's why I want to go into filmmaking and editing a little bit more. But yeah, so I'm thinking about maybe building that dream home, but on like a larger sort of scale that isn't like the tiny beach house kind of thing. And I've also been thinking of doing like maybe like a few like, I've got ideas for like restaurants, but I'm still sort of mapping it out in my mind what I would like, and I'm hoping that it would work. And because I've got a few ideas that I haven't seen people do yet, and I'm like, should I do them? But at the same time it's like, oh no, what if I do them, then like other people do them and they're better than mine or something like that. I don't know, like that was suddenly like my deep insecurities. Sorry about that. But I don't know, like I've always been really like nervous to like share my builds and stuff like that, because I always thought it was like people would think that it's weird that I like The Sims a lot. And I think that this is kind of The Sims has become sort of my way of being able to express myself without having to do like anything particularly you know, professional and have people like judge me and stuff like that. Like I know that you're on a platform of showcasing your builds and other people can judge them, they can give you downlights or whatever, but that doesn't really bother me, like I could care less. But like, I don't know how to explain it, you know, like when you're kind of like, I don't know, the internet doesn't bother me in the way that like real life kind of does. It's like I wanted to go to art school and stuff like that, and I went to like my high school had this like big huge like art program, so I would spend my whole entire mornings doing art, and then in the afternoon my two courses would be just like English or something like that, or math or whatever I had to do. But the rest of the day I would spend doing art and stuff like that. And I think it really changed the way that I looked at what I wanted to do with my future. And it changed the way that how I felt about art and stuff like that. And it's a lot of the reasons why I can't draw anymore, because it makes me deeply like uncomfortable, and not in the way that it was when I was a child, and it was sort of, art was like a getaway. And I feel like that's what The Sims has become for me. You know, it's been a way that I can release my creativity, but feel like in a comfortable, safe environment, if that makes any sense. But yeah, that was a little heavy, but oh boy, what a mess this video has become. But you know, I'm still probably gonna stick with this voiceover because I'm lazy and I've got a lot of things that I gotta do today, like a lot. Ugh, things are falling apart, guys. But yeah, I've done most of the kitchen. I have done most of the dining room here. I am just trying to keep with a very like vintage sort of like two-door sort of I don't know, like a very like old-timey vintage kind of vibe. And I really like this kitchen. I like kind of what I did around the fireplace. I really wish that I did have the spooky stuff just for the cauldron. I don't want any of the other stuff except for the cauldron. That's it. That's the only item I want. Because I've seen like overviews and stuff like that. Like usually before I buy a pack, I'll like watch an overview, with the exception of Dine Out. Dine Out, I just got excited and I really wanted it, even if like I didn't know what it was yet. But I do recommend the Dine Out pack, by the way. I got the Spa Day pack as well, and I recommend that one the most as well. I do not have Get to Work, mostly because I'm fairly disinterested. Thinking about it though, because there's like a sale kind of thing going on. But who knows? We will see in the future what I plan to do, because I don't know yet. I am not a fortune teller. But yeah. Oh boy. But yeah, I had a sim go and check out this entire house. Everything works. Apparently, that little decor thing that I'm gonna put of the towel rack in front of the shower, that apparently blocks them. I had no idea that blocked them from entering. So I removed that. That's the only thing I think that's probably missing in this house. Otherwise, like, everything works. And I don't know, I think it's a very like creepy, very like eclectic kind of cottage, and I love these doors. For some reason I didn't realize there was like, I knew there was the double doors with the flowers on it, but I didn't realize there was a single door with flowers on it. And I was like, I need it, I want it. And so I put that in, and I put like curtains over that particular door. I removed those ones, and I did yeah, that one right there, and throw in just sort of like little like curtains and stuff like that, trying to make it look messy but like kind of creepy at the same time. And I like how like light-hearted but also like kind of dark this build is. And I like how there's this very like, I don't know, I like building these sort of like fantasy kind of places, you know, like I don't like building like castles or things like that, but I like building like these sort of like I don't know, like these getaways almost, these places that seem like they belong only within a storybook or something like that, like a Storybook Cottage or something like that. And something that is far away and it seems like beyond our own imagination. And that's kind of what I wanted with this build. I wanted to have this sort of like something like that I would love to come across, you know. If you wanted to have a more kind of like creepy witch's cottage kind of vibe to it, you could have that too. But if you wanted to have that sort of fanciful kind of vibe, I feel like this house does that as well. And you know, there's a lot of things in here. Like, actually, this actually originally started out as a starter house. I don't know if I said that already, but yeah, this was originally supposed to be a starter house. But as I was building on the outside, I was like, I want to do whatever I want. And then I realized once my money was up that I was like, oh no, I used all my money, oh no. So, yeah. So this definitely was not a starter house at all, but I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna keep going with it. I'm gonna keep building what I want, and I'm gonna keep like I don't know. It's very hard for me to like keep restrictions on myself when I'm building. Like I love starter homes, but at the same time I'm like I want to just go nuts with the decor, and I just want to fill up the space, and I really want to make it look lived in and sort of homey, and sort of have all these things that fit with the general look that I would like, having these grand bookcases and having this certain particular kind of desk and whatnot, and not going for like the cheapest thing that kind of looks the ugliest, and you have to go with this one certain kind of look. And I don't know, like I like the challenge of it, but at the exact same time it's like sometimes you ask yourself, you're like, why am I doing this particular kind of thing? But I don't know. I'm trying to think of like other challenges that I could do with myself for building. Like I know the builder Leander. If you haven't checked out his builds, then you should. Like he does these builds where it's like all base game kind of stuff, and I've been thinking about doing that myself, but it's like I don't know. I just kind of want to do what I want to do right now, and I think when I get to a point where I do feel like I need to challenge myself, because I don't think I'm particularly in that place kind of right now. I feel like I just want to just build whatever I want to build, and without restrictions and without, anything like that holding me back. But, yeah. We're actually pretty close to the ending. I can't believe I'm talking for like 16 minutes. Oh my goodness. I know, like, I'm thinking about like everything that I've said up until this point, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what have you said? What have you said? But, yeah, I don't know if I asked you guys how you're doing today, but I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope that it is very sunny. I hope it is very rainy if you prefer the rain. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. I hope that you're just enjoying this tiny blip in your life where you're just watching a video, and you're just watching me, listening to me talk, and you're just watching me decorate and stuff like that. And I hope you're enjoying that little piece of your time. And, not to get like scare you or anything but yeah, I hope you're just enjoying your day so far today, and I hope that everything is going all right. But yeah, so because we're nearing the end, I have to do all my self-promotion stuff. So today not today, what am I saying? Oh boy. Oof. Boy. Ugh. 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 Man. Oh boy. Today is a mess, guys. Today is a mess. But I hope that you guys can forgive me for that anyways, and I hope that you put a like on this video. I hope that you subscribe to my channel if you find my builds interesting. I hope you leave a comment as well, letting me know what you think, or just if you have any comments, or if you have like maybe some ideas of what you would like to see me do in the future, because I'm always up for suggestions and things like that. Sometimes I don't get in contact right away, but you can always contact me on my Twitter, where I'm pretty, like, well, I'm active, but like not active at the same time. Or you can find me on my Instagram, or you can find me on Tumblr, where I upload like all my speed builds, and I have like I usually try to make posts for all my builds with all the breakdowns of all the information about the builds and all the screenshots and everything like that, so that you know what's kind of going on in this build, and that you know, like, if you don't have all the packs, what packs were included. But yeah, so I hope you guys have a great day today, and I will see you guys later in my next build. So have a good day, everyone. Goodbye.